Well, Cody, I'm officially changing the name on this file. It was labeled Cody Sanders for the longest time. And now it is Nick's file.
It's ours again, buddy. It's ours again. That's what a 4L65, a junk, what they call junk trans.
That's it.
200 shot.
There you go, Cody. It's no longer your car. It was still your car technically until I just changed the name of the file. Although we'll still call it Cody's car. Sorry, Nick.
We don't do as much nitrous stuff anymore, but I mean, most of the people who've been watching the channel for a while know this car pretty well. Held a stock bottom end record for a while. Cody used to own it. Now a guy out in Missouri, Nick, owns it, and it's basically back just for short block, upgraded rods and pistons and everything else pretty much going back together the way it was.
I don't understand why this thing won't hook on these tires. Like with VHT. I could understand maybe we have a problem on nitrous, but like, it's not even, dude, it's not even remotely trying to hook. As soon as I give it any gas, it just annihilates the tire. Like, is the tire sticky? Like, do we just need more VHT or something?
It's not that sticky.
You want to maybe just throw some fucking, like, load it up? This is a car that we did from probably like 2015 to 2018 or 19 or something like that, and for my buddy Cody, and then he ended up selling it to this kid. So this thing, I think, still holds the stock bottom end record. Stock bottom end LS7. It went 880. I don't remember the mile an hour. 153 or something like that. It's been 156, I think. But then this kid had it for a while and street raced it and did a bunch with it. And it ended up like cracking a piston or something, and it fucked up the cylinder wall. So we got a new short block, put forged pistons in it, and then pretty much just put it back together. So it's really the same thing as it was, it just has a forged piston in it. Still stock rod, same cam, same heads. The heads got like refreshed because they were damaged or whatever, but other than that, it's pretty much the same as it was, really. funny seeing tunes and shit that I've done like 4 years ago to like what mine are now, and just seeing like what I've changed and what I've like learned over the years. It's pretty cool. Not saying that it was like a bad tune in there before, but everyone gets better, you know, the more they do something. Just also different too. Like there's a lot of things in here that I do differently that from what I did in 2018 or whatever. Like let's see, the last time this file was modified was 4/18 of 2018. You don't actually like realize when you started doing like a certain thing, but then like you go back at like this and you're like, oh, I guess it was after 2018, because like a lot of times you do certain things, any tuner the same way, like you do certain things in your tune when you can kind of look at a tune and be like, you know, it's yours, or at least like majority yours or something like that. I mean, I think I've only came across like maybe one other tune in my life, and I forget who it was done by, but it was like very similar to like how I do things, which doesn't happen very often. I mean, not that one's right or one's wrong, just everyone has their own way of doing it, and it's just pretty funny like seeing someone else that do something that's very similar to how you do it. Does this thing have that fucking piece of shit mech man fucking alternator on it? It's at 14.0 before the pull and goes to 11.8 at 6,500. So like when you actually need the voltage, it's just not there.
I don't remember that ever being on there.
Yeah, I do. I remember Cody put it on and I told him it was a fucking piece of shit before he bought it. I can't imagine when the nitrous and all that shit's on. Literally, as soon as I go wide open throttle, it drops to full volt. Drops to 13.0, and then it just like 1 second in it's at 12.5, and it progressively goes down to 11.8 at 6,500 RPM.
There's like no coolant pressure in that hose, and it's like trickling out of the fucking overflow.
Really?
Yeah. Like to the point where I can squeeze the hose the whole
Like
way.
maybe the thermostat didn't open yet? Did we put a new? We didn't put a new thermostat in it, did we?
No. Yeah, I don't know why it would be dropping unless it's the alternator.
Yeah.
It's got the, on the alternator, it's got the big fat wire for the nitrous on there, and it's got the factory.
It was just like two things. The alternator is dropping voltage like during wide open throttle. It dropped to 11.5 that time. It like, it's so weird. Like, it almost looks like when it like locks the converter or some shit. Because it's like 14.0 when you're cruising, but this, once it goes over 50 mile an hour in third gear, the thing locks the converter, and it's like, it's literally like dropping like from 14.0 to 12.4. Now 11.8. Like this time it was, Eric, it's like, it's almost like it's dropping voltage when the converter locks or some shit. Yeah, like, because this time, even before the pull, it was 11.8. And then it went down to like 11.5 during the pull.
Yeah, the tank's like full to the brim. So I don't know if I overfilled it a little bit, but I still don't think the pressure should be bleeding off. I mean, there's not much pressure in it. Yeah, I don't know what would be causing it. Unless, like you said, it's the alternator.
What kind of battery's in this thing?
I'm sure you logged this thing at the track. Do you have any old logs?
I probably do have old logs, actually, yeah.
Duracell.
Duracell, huh?
Yeah.
Like a AAA or something?
Yeah.
I mean, there'll be nitrous logs, but it'll pull more power on that.
Yeah.
Here's a log from an 895 at 156, so let's look at that one. Yeah, nah, I mean 12.5 was the lowest it got on the log. And it was 13.6 before, so I'm assuming this is stock alternator. And even like during the run, it jumps around. 12.8, 12.9, 13.0, 13.2, 13.4.
And what does it drop to now?
Fucking look, 11.5.
Oh, wow.
But it's weird, like, it's dead on 14.1 there, and I'm just cruising. And then all of a sudden, like, something is, like, look, it drops a full volt out of it, and then it stays down, and then it goes back up to 14.1, and then it drops a volt and a half out of it, and it, like, during the whole run, it's 11.5. Like, I'm wondering if that's why it went a little lean up top. It went to, like, 13.0, 13.1 up top.
Remember, this thing's got that K-Tech tensioner on it, too. It's not a spring loaded tensioner.
It's got a fixed tensioner?
Yeah. Is the belt slipping?
I don't know. Maybe you want to fucking give it a crank?
Yeah.
It's a good call. Yeah, I did not remember that. Even after I talked shit on the alternator, I don't give a DC power for life. So at least I think so.
Yeah, it's as tight as it'll go.
Was it semi-loose or not really?
It's not loose at all. Like, it's tight.
I guess just keep an eye on it when I make a pull.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that. Pretty tight. And when you made a pull, I mean, it got a little
But nothing.
loosey, but I mean, it's...
And the stock motor in this thing had 92 pounds of oil pressure too. I was just looking at the data log from his past.
Yeah, but like at the same time, we have no idea what alternator that is. Yeah, the only thing is to switch it out or see what it does on nitrous.
Yeah.
See if it's any worse.
Oh, I mean, I can't because I don't even want to run it like this NA, let alone on the fucking bottle. I mean, it's at 11.5. Like, I don't want to run it at fucking 11.0 or 10.8 volts. Like, that. So I don't give a what it does on nitrous. I want to fix it NA, then I'll spray it.
Let's start there then.
We got Matt here still putting this engine together. Not still, I shouldn't say that. It's not a fast process.
New narrator? Last night I got the short block rotating assembly together. So today I just slipped the cam in, you know, finish assembling the motor on the stand, and I'll probably have it back in the car later today and running tomorrow.
No.
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Yep. Tomorrow you're gonna drink that beer that's in that trunk.
I'm gonna drink that beer tonight.
Not all of it.
3/4 of it.
Well, I mean, I'll give Eric some.
Do you chop liver?
Kyle doesn't drink that shit.
You don't drink that, Kyle?
Pretty much, you know, it'd be equivalent to just a cam car. Pistons don't really have any benefit at this point. Not until it's boosted. Well, is that where that comes into play? It's for the strength, lower compression.
It fucking scared me when it shifted. I'm not sure why. I just wasn't expecting it to like shift and it like banged the limiter. I thought it banged the limiter or something and it shifted. I don't know what happened. Maybe it just banged the limiter and then I let off and it shifted, but you'll probably catch me jump on the camera in here. It scared me. Air fuel was dead nuts fucking perfect, really, for the first pull. Mostly everything was pretty good. This thing got pistons, full cam kit, MSD, a Nick Williams 103, headers, valve covers, and that's it. Some miscellaneous stuff to go with that. I mean, I don't know. After first pull, it made $495. So, I mean, we got to do E to it. So, I mean, it'll probably make 500 on pump, a little over 500 maybe, and then, I don't know, maybe another 30 or so on E, so 530 or so. Probably do one more pull on pump, and then put some E in it. That's all she's gonna make on pump. We'll throw some E in it and go from there. Matt was saying the power is a little low. And I thought the same thing too at first, but I remember we didn't do heads. So it only has cam, has pistons and shit. But from our normal packages that usually make like 530, 540 on pump if they're an auto, like somewhere around there. Some will make 550, 560, but in between 530 and 560. And this thing made 500, so 499 or whatever it made. But that's the difference. This one didn't get heads, so it's stock heads. So the compression is even lower because it did pistons in it with a stock head. And usually we'll do pistons, which is lower, but then we'll do, when we do the heads, they're milled, so it raises the compression up. So that's where the power difference is. But if he's planning on putting a blower on this thing, then, which I'm sure he is why he wanted to do pistons, it won't really matter. I mean, compression will be a little lower, but it's not a huge issue. Just got a bunch of like random knock up top for some reason. I don't know. I'll figure it out though. I fixed it. Some magic. Just needed some magic dust. That's probably all this thing's gonna make. I might do one more and then I'll do some trans. But this thing made like 498 or something on pump gas, and then 535 on 51% E. So picked up like 37 horsepower or whatever. It's about where they always do. And I think it baselined like 407 or something like that, right at 400. So it's up like 130 horsepower with a cam, an intake manifold, and E. This is like the first one in a long time that we haven't done heads. So it's like confusing not saying like heads, cam, intake. Just cam. that's about it. That's a wrap. Yeah, I actually literally forgot we even put an alternator on it. Yeah, I forgot we did it. And then I like look, and at 6,800 it's 13.5, and it started at 13.8. So cool alternator, bro. Yesterday we were having issues with the alternator that was on here. It was like awesome at idle. It was like 14 watt at idle. But then like as soon as it seemed like any load was on it, like as soon as I started to even roll into the throttle or make the pull, or like even when it like locked the converter, like it would just slowly start dropping. It was going to like 11.5, 11.6 at wide open throttle. And like, obviously that's not what you want. And we have a known good alternator that we keep here, like a C6Z alternator, just for this exact reason, that we can just test them. And it, like this one's a little worse at idle, but whatever, it's 13.8. And then at the top of the pull, it's 13.5, 13.6. So, and it maintains that the whole way, so it's perfect. So that's what you want in an alternator. You don't like 2 volts. Like a lot of people don't realize, like from 13.6 to 11.6, like that's a lot. Like think of 2 less volts on the fuel pump. Like, so it changes the tune a lot. More than people will probably think with 2 less volts on shit. So like it needs to be consistent, especially like on a car that's like already like on the edge. Like when this thing before was a stock bottom end, like it's crucial that the tune and everything is perfect every run. If not, it's going to f it up. So I actually went back and looked at data logs that I had of this thing when we were at the track, and it was dropping, but it wasn't dropping that bad. So maybe just after time it's got worse. Like I think it was going to like 12.8. I'll pull it back up just to double check, but I think I said it yesterday when we were talking about it. But so it just needs an alternator. And I talked to Cody about the one that was on here, and he said that when he first got it, he had to like send it back for them to fix. Like I'm gonna pull up. Here's an 895 at 156 run, and yeah, voltage drops to like, the lowest it got is 12.7, but then it's like 12.8, 12.9, 13.0, but it like super like fluctuating throughout the whole pull. 11.19 of 2017. So that was like 5 years ago. Then I have an 889. This is all the same day. This is when we were trying to break the record. So all my data logs in here are from November 17th, November 19th, November 25th. So like we were going to the track like all the time to try and break the record, and we did. So yeah, from 2017, so 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago. So it just needs an alternator. So I'll probably tune it on this, and then I'll see what Nick wants to do. If he wants to put like a DC power, like I think we have a DC power in stock. If he wants to put a DC power, or he just wants to put like a stock one back on it, I'll ask him. But I'll tune it on this and go from there. You want to bring the torch over? I don't think the bottle heater's working.
Got the torch, got the heat.
I don't know why everyone always thought this thing made like crazy power too. I mean, it was literally a heads cam auto setup. Like it just ran good. Like it just made 601 now. I don't remember if it made more before. Like now that it's got pistons in it, I think the pistons lower the compression at half the point.
I don't know if it's going to work on these tires, but we're about to find out.
You guys f***ing carpets all torched and shit.
I know. Yo, f***ing race car life, bro.
I know, man.
What is that, just touching 900? It's hard because of the angle it's at.
All right, we can leave it there. It's weird. It's like it was like spraying when I like was it like 20% throttle.
Got like 58 pounds of fuel pressure.
So it's got fuel.
So it's got to have something in there.
Yeah, where's the controller for this thing? Is it in the glove box? I don't even remember.
Right here.
I think this was a
Maximizer 4.
4, and I think I tried the
5?
I think I tried the 4 and the 5 on my ZR1, and they were both pieces of shit.
I remember whatever he did, you did the next one up, and it was something was up in the controller.
Yeah.
I mean, he's downloaded nitrous software, so he can go into the controller and see where it's spraying at. All that shit. So once he's done downloading the software, he'll be able to see. He thinks it was just spraying down low, so we need to look at it and adjust it, which is weird because I don't think anybody touched it since the last time. So who knows though.
Like it got some knock there for some odd reason. It's like, and I have timing out of it because it's in the nitrous tune right now. But these tires fucking kill.
Yeah, I was
power.
gonna say the tires are killing power too. Remember?
Oh, big time. I mean, it made 601 on the other tires. Granted, like I said, it got some knock. Obviously, it's false, but I mean, I don't care what the number that it makes. I'm just saying we'll see how much the tires lose by what it makes NA versus what it made NA. And right now, it's down a lot.
You gonna spray it soon?
Yeah, I'm gonna make one more NA pull because I want to try it. Like I don't know why it got knocked there. Obviously, it was false, but
I'm guessing the alternator's okay.
yeah, alternator's fucking awesome.
Okay.
Literally 13.6, like it barely like.
Yeah, we put a brand new alternator on.
Yeah, no, it doesn't drop at all. 13.6, 13.7, and then it literally stays 13.5, 13.6 throughout the pull.
Funny, you paid the extra money for that sick alternator.
Like I said, that thing's good at idle. It's like 14.1 at idle, but as soon as it starts seeing like any load, it just drops, which is like the opposite of what you want.
Yeah.
Like,
it's doing its job at idle, but it's not doing its job
yeah.
when you need it to do its job.
Yeah, exactly. It sucks. That was way better. Didn't get any knock. I put the NA tune back in it. And it made 583. So it lost like 20 horsepower with these tires. Now put the nitrous tune back in it and spray it.
The C16 does not go in the fuel tank. It actually goes into the fuel cell under the hood of the car. So we got Eric putting that in now so we can do the new tune on it. See if it picks up more horsepower for the nitrous.
Like it's still like doesn't seem like a fast pull, like it's making that much power.
I know.
Like I didn't even make a full pull. I mean, actually I did. I went to 6,500.
Yeah, that's significant. I wonder what the 150 shot in it?
Yeah, it's a 150. He told me it was in it. So and it picked up exactly 150. So
Cool.
yeah, I made another pull NA with the NA tune back in it. It made 583.
Yeah, why?
Well, I said it got knocked the one time. I don't know why. So, but that was with the nitrous tune with like low timing and it just NA. So I put the NA tune back in it, which has like 5 more degrees of timing. And it made 583. So the tires dropped like 20 some horsepower.
Okay.
No, yeah, I know. I didn't either. So it picked up like literally exactly 150. 141 to be exact. And that's bottle pressure only at like probably not even 900.
Yeah. Nice.
So, yeah, I'll ask him if he wants me to spray the 200, but I think when we sprayed on the 200 on this before, we had MS109 in the tank and C16 in the fuel cell. We only have pump gas in the tank now, so I won't spray it on a 200. I'll give him a tune. Actually, he can just spray a 200 with the same tune, but he'll just need race MS109 in this tank. So, for the people that think this thing made crazy power, it just made 725. And we went 880, something like that. It gets put down well. I mean, it uses all of its power. Like, it had like a 121 or 123 60 foot, like killer 60 foot. It just, the car just works. Like other cars that, you know, make the same power, like it's hard to actually go this fast, but this thing just has all the right shit to go that fast. And it's just always worked well. It always had stock shit before, and it just worked well.